Yo, chat, it is Dan VR, and I think I have some good news today. So, recently, Eclipse, the Anton Ego, the food critic of Deepwoken, released another sort of complaint video about Chime of Conflict. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm right there with him. I hated Chime from the day it was created, and for 2 years, essentially, every day I have said, remove Chime. It doesn't work. I understand, it only really worked in verse 1 because there was some sort of risk. Like, you played it, you won, you got luck, but you had skulls, so if you kept dying, you go to the depths, potentially wipe, XYZ. It half worked in verse 1. Right now, it doesn't work at all. But there is hope. It's been a few weeks now when I gave my Mario Party idea, essentially, of turning Chime into a casual sort of party game mode, randomized 1v1s, boat fights, Grand Javelin Dodgeball, and a few other creators have put their own ideas in the mix. And at first Arch was you were right on, that's a good idea. And but again recently, unprompted, he had said, I really need to make that Mario Party game mode. And that is very key. The thing about Deepwoken developers is that, of course, while they have their own ideas, they're trying to cater to what the community wants. Ultimately, they really just make what they think is cool, right? The game is a compilation of ideas or media that the devs themselves thought were cool, which they then added to the game. So if Arch is saying, personally, I like that idea, I think it's cool, that significantly increases the chances of it being added. Even if it's a good idea, if the developers are kind of it's whatever, you don't know. Odds are it won't end up in the game. If it's something that they themselves think is cool and will have fun developing, have fun testing and playing around with, that opens the floodgates. And that would fix a lot of the problems, I think, because right now it's very difficult to get into PvP, admittedly. If you go into Chime, you're going to be fighting people with super tailored PvP builds. So, and that's impossible, right? Because if you don't even know how to PvP, you haven't even dipped a toe in the rabbit hole, which is hyper-specific build creation or min-maxing your armor, rings, weapon, etc. So, sort of a party mode with a casual style of gameplay, I think, be able to introduce people to what the PvP looks like without them having to feel like it's a waste of time. They just get on and lose non-stop. They make this build for what? I spent all this time making this build I thought would be good, and then I go PvP and it's fucking terrible. I quit. I don't want to do this again. Right? It would two birds with one stone. I doubt we'll see it soon. Of course, the developers are already working hard on Conquest, so I guess there's no real timeline. Honestly, I guess I could just ask Archmage, hey, if this is a serious thing, what could we expect? They do avoid giving time frames, of course, because when they miss the time frame, then we're all up in arms, fucking, Riot! Riot! Bring me his head! Kill Ragusa! So, at least maybe a confirmation of yeah, we're working on that. That seems like a good idea. I don't know. I can let y'all know as soon as I figure that out.